It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, we're headed to the month of June, and both the City of Jesup and the Wayne County Board of Education attempting to finalize and approve their budgets by the end of June, as the calendar for both agencies run from July 1 to the end of June. On Thursday morning, the Jesup City Commissioners met one more time to discuss their upcoming budget proposal, which at the last city meeting, Commissioner Tim Caulfield felt that they had met enough and that an agreement had already been reached. In the proposed budget, all city employees are receiving a 2.5% cost of living raise and a 2.5% merit increase, which adds to a 5% raise across the board for all city employees. City Police Chief Perry Morgan, though, had asked the city commissioners to consider an additional $2 increase for city police officers in hopes of retaining them, and the city had agreed to give an additional $1 for each city police officer and firefighter in earlier discussions about the upcoming budget. But on Thursday, Commissioner Stanley Todd wanted to extend the $1 to all city employees, and he made a motion to do just that. Here was his motion at the meeting.
I'd like to make a motion that we extend the dollar increase to all employees, which would increase our budget $104,000.
Correct.
That's the only change we'd be making.
That's it.
So $104,000. I have looked. We are stable. We're financially we're able to. We're at a place, thank goodness, that we can. Our employees deserve it. They work hard. Every department does. Don't think we can separate one department as being any more worthy of having anything over another. If we're going to give it one, we give it to all. My motion is that if I can make a motion, I don't know, correct me, I don't know how we do this, but, or if we have to just suggest this and then vote at our next meeting, but if we do it now.
This is a regular meeting.
I make a motion that we increase this salary $1 an hour to all employees, which would give us instead of $149,000 increase, it gives an extra $104 to a total of $253. That's my motion.
We're still going to have discussion, obviously, after the motion, so.
Motion's on the floor.
I have to have a motion, though. Do I have a second for that motion?
I second that motion.
Okay, so, Commissioner Todd's made the motion to extend it to $1 to everybody. Commissioner Stream is second. Now we need to go to discussion.
Under discussion, Commissioner Tim Caulfield had an issue with the proposal, saying they might as well get ready to raise taxes. He says in 4 years, his proposal will cost the city $1 million. Here was Commissioner Tim Caulfield raising his concern.
Here's the problem. This is not like buying a piece of equipment. We ran into this when I was a county commissioner. You're adding, a 2.5% cost of living is probably almost double, I believe, what the county's been giving. They give about 1.5% merit raise and about 1.5% cost of living. Mm-hmm. So if they get the 2.5% cost of living, which is figured into the budget, and they get the 2.5% merit raise, that's a 5% raise. I value all of our employees, but we have a pay disparity in our city where the police and fire are not making the amount of money that other surrounding cities are to be competitive with other cities. Now, it's stretching it to pay them the $150,000 to add that to the budget, but if we add $254,000 to the budget, this is the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, you're talking in 4 years, $1 million just for this. That's without compounding. 1 million. 1 million in 4 years, just to add the dollar if we go to everybody. So, I mean, we need to think about it in terms of that. And I think it's really reckless for some of us who have already said we're leaving to sit here and straddle the city down with this kind of obligation, because this obligation doesn't go away. This isn't like buying a fire truck that next year is out of the budget. This is right on. So, I mean, if you're going to do this, you need to make the motion, which I won't support, but you need to make the motion to raise taxes, because this is, to add $1 million in 4 years, give $1 raise, I think is, it'd be irresponsible to the taxpayers, and ultimately, they're the people that we're up here we're spending the taxpayers' money, not our money.
And once again, those comments of Commissioner Tim Cockfield. Commissioners Ray House and Bill Harvey agreed with Tim Cockfield, all three saying they would not vote to raise taxes. The motion finally came to a vote. Commissioner Stanley Todd, Shirley Armstrong, and Pamela Schuman voted in favor of the motion. Commissioner Tim Cockfield, Ray House, and Bill Harvey voted against the motion, making it a 3-3 tie, and Mayor Ralph Hickox, in case of a tie, cast the deciding vote, and he voted in favor of the motion, so it passed 4-3. Commissioner Cockfield stated he feels the city is constantly spending too much money. He told City Manager Rose Marquez, quote, "I'm your biggest cheerleader, but the city is constantly spending money. Every department has its own excavator. If we're not careful, the city will be broke," end quote. City Manager Rose Marquez assured Commissioner Tim Cockfield the city's in great financial shape and has $3 million in its fund reserve. Cockfield says if that's true, the city needs to redo the entire budget. Then he says we have so much money, he made a motion to give the police officers a $3 increase, to which Ray House voted yes, and then a discussion took place after that, and the boogeyman was talked about. Here's that conversation.
We can hide around this all you want to, but when the stuff hits the fan, you call the fire department and you call the police department. They're the ones that are coming to save our lives and have saved our lives. They're the ones stopping between us and the big bad boogeyman. So let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's give them an extra $2 an hour, and let's get them up so that their pay is comparable to everybody else's. So, no, we got we got a motion in a second.
I'm happy. Motion and second. Is there any discussion? Ms. Armstrong?
I think all of the departments are just as important as the city, the police department, and the fire department. Because if we wake up one morning and we
And the
don't have
boogeyman
no,
comes out of the toilet, what are we gonna
and
do?
we ain't got no water,
So that's sad boogeyman to come out of the toilet.
if we wake up
Let's take
one
turns, y'all.
morning
Let's take turns.
and the whole
I'll get you
city
that.
is flooded with feces, we need them all.
Any other discussion? I'm getting this line. Mr. Ray?
The problem with that is that is a fee for service. In other words, you pay for that. When you go to flush your toilet, the sewer is paid for on the sewer bill. And the water that you use to flush the toilet is paid for in your water bill.
Well, just
This is
like I
totally
asked
separate.
before.
They're two totally separate issues.
I
In other
asked
words,
before.
we got plenty of money in water and sewer, I say we do. We got a fair amount of money in water and sewer, we're not broke. The bottom line is we need to we're losing police officers every day.
Commissioners Tim Cockfield's motion to give the officers a $3 increase came to a vote after he told the commissioner the city Jesup is doing exactly what the state is doing. State gave Georgia State Patrolmen $6,000 a year raise and teachers a $2,000 a year raise because they want to retain good officers. He says the city Jesup is attempting to do the same thing with his motion. Motion received 3 yes votes. Commissioner Tim Cockfield, Ray House, and Bill Harvey voted yes, while the no votes were Stanley Todd, Pamela Schuman, and Shirley Armstrong. So once again, a 3-3 tie, and once again, the mayor got to vote again. And again, the mayor only votes in case of a tie. And again, he said he's not against law enforcement or firemen, but he says about the overall budget, and he cast a no vote. So the motion died by a vote of 4-3. Cockfield didn't stop there, telling city manager and the other city council members that on the city's next agenda to put on reducing taxes. Cockfield says, let's give everyone a raise, including the taxpayers. He and Ray House proposed eliminating city property taxes altogether. City manager says that's about $1 million per year. The reduced taxes for city residents on the next agenda, along with the first reading and public hearing on this proposed budget. He will continue to follow the story as it develops. One other note, and that's concerning the mayor of Jesup voting when there's only a tie. This marks the 7th or 8th time that Mayor Ralph Hickox has now voted, I believe it's 8 times in 7 months that he has to vote to break a tie. Just for perspective, Mayor David Earl Keith served as City of Jesup mayor for 7 years, never once had to cast a deciding vote. Before that, Mayor Herb Shaw served close to 20 years. In all those years, he voted just once to break a tie. Mayor Hickox is closing in on double digits. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Wayne County's high school graduation set for tonight at JC Stadium at 7:30. If you're attending, they do ask that you be seated before 7:30 p.m. Everyone's invited, but if you can't make it, you can hear right here on Big Dog Country FM 105.5. Also, there will rebroadcast the ceremony Saturday at 12 noon. Wayne County High School graduation set for this evening, again, 7:30 at JC Stadium. Last night it was honors night, and 87 different organizations presented scholarship money to the graduates of Wayne County. Total amount of money this year is $794,552. All that taking place Thursday evening at the K Cagle Theater. Once again, the graduation is set for this evening. Wayne County Commissioners set to meet on Tuesday, May 30th at 1 p.m. in the Wayne County Commissioners Meeting Room. Skip Starling will discuss the ISO and fire stations, and EMS Director Richard Johnson will present positions in his department. Then at 2 p.m., the County Commissioners have a call meeting to consider and approve a resolution to accept Georgia DOT's contract for costs associated to construct Phase 2 of the parallel taxiway and perimeter fence at the airport. Also to consider and approve position changes at the EMS department. This is Memorial Day weekend, officially kicks off today. Georgia State Patrol, local law enforcement say they're going to be out in full force over the weekend, cracking down on motorists who are speeding, not wearing their seatbelts, and those that are texting and driving. Law enforcement asks you please slow down, buckle up this Memorial Day weekend. And AAA estimates that about 1.3 million Georgians will travel at least over 50 miles over the weekend. Georgia State Patrol says they're going to do their best to keep everyone as safe as possible. Again, they ask for your help as you please slow down and buckle up. Special Memorial Day ceremony set for this Monday, Memorial Day morning at 10 a.m. at the Memorial Wall in front of Wayne Memorial Hospital. Everyone's invited. Pastor Mickey Tomlin will open up with prayer. Judge Vi Bennett will sing the national anthem, and on hand as guest speaker will be 1st District Congressman Buddy Carter. Once again, everyone's invited to this Memorial Day event taking place Monday morning, 10 a.m. If you need more information, call Larry Brantley at 912-294-3604 or Floyd Murray at 912-294-0198. We'll be back with a couple of final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news, a couple events taking place first week of June. On Thursday, June 1st, the Wayne County Emergency Management Agency, along with the Chamber of Commerce, presenting a weather preparedness lunch and learn at Coastal Pines Technical College from 11:30 to 1. Tickets are $20 for members, $25 for non-members. Again, on hand will be emergency weather expert Alexander Booth, meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Jacksonville. You'll learn about Weather STEM, Wayne County's newest weather station, and also the Code Red Alert System. All that taking place this coming Thursday, June 1st from 11:30 to 1 at Coastal Pines Technical College. Also, the first weekend in June, the Catfish Tournament is set. Wayne County Board of Tourism getting ready for the big event. The date, Saturday, June 3rd at 12 noon to continue until Sunday, June 4th at 12 noon. Wayne and Tournament headquarters once again at the JC Fairgrounds at JC Landing. Those fishing the event can put it anywhere in the Altamont River, but they must be in line and weigh in the fairgrounds by 12 noon. That's Sunday, June the 4th. This year's event offers anglers an opportunity to win a $7,500 first place payout. Other place payouts determined by the number of entries into the event. Need more information, call the Wayne County Board of Tourism at 912-427-3233 or check out the event website at waynetourism.com. Entry fee for the tournament, $100 per fisherman with a minimum of at least 2 in a boat. And the big fish pot entry is $10 per fisherman. Once again, the dates June 3rd and 4th at the annual Wayne County Catfish Tournament on the Altamont River. That'll do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.